The director of Ex Machina presents. Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam and welcome to my review for Annihilation. This movie was directed by Alex Garland, the man behind Ex Machina. A film, in my humble opinion, is one of the most underrated movies of the past couple of years. And this movie stars Natalie Portman as a biologist who is called to enter a strange realm. See, this big stretch of land is being surrounded by what the US military is calling the Shimmer. So Portman and a team of other female scientists are tasked to go into the Shimmer and find out what's going on. And as soon as I left the theater, I said to myself, this is going to impress people, and this is going to cause people to rip out their hair out of pure frustration and anger. I place myself firmly in that former category. I loved this movie. It's not perfect, but it's one of those sci-fi movies that you just think about for days after you leave the movie theater. I've thought that way about 2001: A Space Odyssey. I thought that way about Alex Garland's last film, Ex Machina. I thought that way about Arrival, and I know I'm going to think about that way for Annihilation. Now, normally in one of my standard reviews, I don't talk about the spoilers, but I feel like for the sake of this review, in order to talk about the movie in depth, I need to spoil the ending. I'll keep the rest of my thoughts spoiler free, and then I will have a designated spoiler filled section where I will talk about the ending. So if you would like to see this movie and you don't want the ending spoiled, stop at a certain point. I'll have spoiler alert in the lower third so you know. But for right now, spoiler free. My favorite part of this movie was Natalie Portman. She can bring it when she has the right script and the right director, and she brought her all. I also really liked Oscar Isaac. He's not in the movie much, but when he is on screen, he normally is my favorite part in a lot of movies. I will forgive him for being in Suburbicon. I also thought the visuals of this movie were fantastic. Alex Garland does a great job with visual effects, and this movie is no different. When I first saw the Shimmer, I'm like, that's an effect. But then the more it grew on me, the more I looked at it, I'm like, whoa, this is pretty uncanny valley. And I was impressed. I must say, though, my least favorite part of the movie was Jennifer Jason Leigh. She forever talked like this, like she was always pissed off about something while her jaw was wired shut. I just thought that she didn't emote very much. It was just jaw wired shut acting throughout the entire movie for her. But the ending absolutely floored me, and I'll talk about that more about that in a little bit. But this is going to be the end of the spoiler-free section. I'll just say that I loved the movie. I thought most of the acting was great. The visuals were amazing. And the movie's going to keep me thinking about it for days. However, Jennifer Jason Leigh's performance just didn't do that much for me. I definitely think Annihilation is going to be one of my favorite movies of this year. Now we're getting into spoiler territory. So if you want to see this movie, please leave now. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on social media, all that jazz. But the spoilers begin in 3, 2, 1. So out of the entire crew, the female scientist, Natalie Portman is the only survivor. And then she gets to this lighthouse where the Shimmer originally began. And it's basically transformed the landscape around it. The beach has been turned into these towers of glass. There's a malignant plant life everywhere. There's skulls and skeletons around. And then she enters the lighthouse. When she gets in, she finds this burnt-up body. The burnt-up body turns out to be Oscar Isaac. But earlier in the movie, we see Oscar Isaac at a military base in a military hospital. So what's up with that? On a video camera, we see Oscar Isaac basically kill himself with a phosphorus grenade. And then from behind the camera into the camera steps forth another Oscar Isaac. From my interpretation, the Oscar Isaac in the military hospital is a clone. And this clone came from this big hole that's in the bottom of the lighthouse. And of course, Portman goes in. And she's met by Jennifer Jason Leigh's character, who we later find out has cancer. And she basically says this race is not like us, and they're going to cause annihilation. And she dies by basically turning into light, pretty much. And then this enveloping mass with this big bright light at the center of it forms, and Natalie Portman's character is just transfixed. She's like, oh, what is this? And then a drop of her blood enters into the light, and it forms a formless mass that looks like her. It doesn't have any of her facial features, but it looks like her. At first, she's scared of it. She shoots at it. It does nothing. She tries running away, but then it subdues her. Then, when she wakes back up, it starts to mirror her. And then after a little bit, the clone gains her facial features. She then grabs one of the phosphorus bombs, unclips it, puts it supposedly in the clone's hand, and then runs out, and the bomb goes off. The clone is then set on fire. It retreats back into the hole, into its ship, I guess. And then everything is set on fire and is destroyed, and the shimmer is gone. Cut back to Natalie Portman sitting in this interrogation room where the big Chinese guy is sitting there like, can you describe its form? It's in the trailer. Then she gets let go. She then sees Oscar Isaac, and they interact. And then Portman's character says that Oscar Isaac is not her husband. Then the husband asks, who are you? And then they don't talk, they just embrace. And the final shot of the movie is their eyes shimmering. My interpretation of all of this is that the clone of both Oscar Isaac and Natalie Portman get together, and they subsequently annihilate the human race. They don't show it in the movie, but at the very beginning they talk about how cells form and multiply, and basically if it's malignant, they can eliminate the rest. Basically what I'm trying to get at is that the ending is pointing a lot towards human evolution, or evolution of any kind really, and we're basically the ones getting sent out, and the alien race is stepping in. It's just my interpretation, and I pass it off to you. What did you think about the ending of Annihilation? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I would really love to hear what you have to say. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, and to also subscribe so that you never miss a new video. And all of my social media links will be in the description. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.